touch the untouchable, break the unbreakable, shake the unshakable.
Okay, so I lied. I told you I was gonna do that, but let me explain. Hey, yo, what it do, my sweet little baby boos? Welcome back, but if you're new, my name is The Daddy, and this is Neti Speaks. Now, listen. The Drizzler done messed around and finally gave us the Iceman project that he's been teasing for so goddamn long. And surprise, y'all, he gives us 2 additional projects. Now, I got a bone to pick with the culture at this point because I'm feeling like the Michael Jackson trolling coming from this man is been overkill a long time ago. I don't appreciate it. I don't approve of it. I don't like it. Why y'all let this man tie the King's record? Now he gonna be out here thinking he the king. Fix that real fast. Somebody gotta outdo it. Now Kendrick gotta drop 3 albums or something. Somebody gotta fix this. I want to talk about the shots fired. There's a consistency with the level of disrespect for American legacy artists, and I mean, you got the Michael shots, you got the Hove shots. I mean, he gonna keep trying to kick and step on Kenny every chance he get. That's a given. There's certain things that just bother me, and people be like, whoop-dee, the music's great. The music is I'm gonna say this album was better than that Sexy Songs for Y'all's, because I was not that mid skip. I wasn't here for it at all, not even a tiny bit. Okay, I like Nokia. Y'all know I like Nokia. Anyways, I am not surprised, not the least bit surprised that we got the Pluto feature. I felt like that was gonna be a given, especially once we heard that like Future was all like, man, I ain't appreciate that Kendrick slide on like that, like the whole Big 3 line, like that's disrespect to me and da 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 whoopty. I was like, oh, he sounds just like Aubrey. So yeah, I'm not surprised by that. 21, he was doing interviews after his album did what it did, and he was going out and people were asking about his relationship with Drake and how he felt about the beef and all that, and the man didn't say too much of nothing while the stuff was going on. But you know, once the smoke cleared, he was like, yeah, you know, my guy Drake da da whoopty, because him and Kendrick don't have no kind of relationship, and to have one with them is not like oh, I need that to make it type of situation for him. So it was like, all right, whatever, whoopty scoop. So I'm just like, both of them songs mid, both of the feature tracks mid, skip. I will say the production was A1 sauce. The boy definitely stepped up his lyrical game like real bad. But my whole thing is this though, when you go on the streaming platforms and you check those credits, there are no credits. There's no production credits, and the only writer credits go to Aubrey Graham. So I'm like, okay. I feel like later on we're gonna find out that there was a whole writing team of like 72 people, and yeah, like the best songs lyrically like start off real strong. It gives you like 4 to 8 bars of like real strength, and then it just kind of like fades into this rant. And I'm like, if this comes from his pen and his pen alone, I respect it, because I respect it. I have to. But if this was a writing team, supreme garbage, it was trash. So I think that was part of the strategy, part of the ruse, was to not show the credits so that Drake could take all the credit and not mess up the streaming numbers, because we know if there's a bunch of writers, we're not trying to, come on now. Overall, I could probably think of a few songs, one being Too Hard for the Radio, because it's catchy. I love any kind of, you give me a West Coast beat, I'm gonna listen to it over and over again. I'm just that, it gets me every time. There's nothing I can do about it. It was funny to hear a lot of people kind of clown his cadence on there, because yeah, Drake has a lazy, sleepy cadence, and so to jump on a West Coast beat with that lazy, sleepy cadence, it was like, I was a little bit like, leave the boy alone. He's got his thing that he's doing, and let him do his thing, for he steals somebody else's thing. And then you know, at the same time, it was like, but the beat is so lit. And he's just over there like, no, why not? I'm low key, I'm getting tired of the whisper screaming that this nigga do. Why we little boy, you know what? You know, son, what? Yeah, I'm out there. What is that? I don't know what that is, but it's like it's I don't know. It bothers me, but it's gonna catch on if I keep hearing it. So I got I gotta put that shit on hold. What is that? I need the one. Hey, it brings me joy. I don't know why. This guy is entertaining to watch him do his little jig dances and be like this guy is a caricature of himself. He's very funny. I don't know about musical talent. I don't know about great performer, but entertaining and funny to watch is definitely a thing he's got in the bag real bad. Back to the cultural issue of it all. Like, Drake is continuously doing this cultural tone deaf thing where he's like trying to appeal to a certain audience by catering to, like, haphazardly catering to an audience and kind of like really missing the grits of it all. And it's just like, bruh. It's like, even when you get roasted on it and exposed for it and like really like drilled about it, you still can't get it right. Like, I mean, collaborating is collaborating. Like, all of these global artists, you know, they're all aspiring to collaborate. Well, I shouldn't say all, but a lot of them aspire to collaborate with, you know, American superstars. And that's kind of like the big crossover thing now. And so it's like, everybody's collaborating, everybody's mixing cultures, and you know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing to see that. That's not something we should shun, but you know, it's not what you do, it's how you do it, and it's the way the man goes about it that is just like very cringe. Like I said, there's the phrase that people are using, the label they're slapping on it. I'm not going to use that label because that also makes me cringe. But yeah, it's embarrassing to watch, but it's amusing at the same time because the boy is entertaining. What can I say? I'm very, very, very irritated. Just the Michael Jackson trolling, the whole glove for the fucking album cover. It's just like a lot of Michael stuff going on, and then all of that just to turn around and try to like low-key shit on the king. I don't like that. It bothers me to my core. Like the Hove jabs, like allegedly, we can say allegedly. I'm not stupid. I know what you was trying to do. I know what you're trying to say, and I don't like it. I'm not here for it. I don't like it. There's so many things with you. Worry about a journey in life. Oh boy, the boy. Problem. Why y'all let that man tie Michael's record like that and have 1, 2, and the 3 spot? Let's go back to them ratings. Like, the numbers, like it's almost as if the industry was like, Drake's gonna drop, all right, we're gonna let him have that number 1 spot. We don't want to mess around with it because there was no new stuff. Like, the next best thing was like 92K for the week. I'm like, y'all let him have it. Oh, I'm so bothered. We need another American to go up there and put some numbers on the board. Come on, you need 3 number 1 albums at one time because USA. I'm just saying, I don't like it. It's bothering me. Speaking of Michael Jackson, I did go to see that Michael movie. I want to give like a quick little review on that because I enjoyed the film and it was legendary, and even it's so amazing that even in death this man is still breaking records. It's unbelievable, and that's why it's like, yeah, Michael, we hold that man near and dear to our hearts forever and always. But that movie though, I got one problem with the movie. Just one. Within the first 10 to 15 minutes of the film, you get a scene where little Michael, after a amazing gig, is kind of like challenging Joseph, and we get a tail tapping. Now, I expected that. Here's the problem. I was the only black person in the theater at the time, so I felt like I was being like, eyes were on me, and I wanted to just like sink into my chair, like, don't look at me. It was a very awkward moment, very uncomfortable moment. But you know, to make a bad matter terrible, it's like the tail whipping just lasted forever. You think it's gonna be like whap whap whap, don't you da 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 whoop de whoop, and there it is, it's over. You know what I mean? Just kind of like downplay it, water it down, just for the theater. You know what I mean? For the audience. No, no, no. It was whap 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 whap, and the whole time Michael's screaming and hollering and kicking, and I'm talking about bloody murder scream. You know, the kind of scream that makes you have flashbacks. And I'm just like having these moments. And then I come back to, you know, the moment in the theater, and whap, 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 whap. It's still going. Whap, whap. I'm like, damn, how long is it gonna last? So that was my only issue, my only quarrel with the film. Aside from that, 5-star film, great movie. Jafar's performance was amazing. I spent probably about 2 or 3 days arguing with people on YouTube and on, you know, different social media platforms about, they were like, he did Michael's voice so well. That was AI, y'all. That was AI. I don't care what y'all say. That was AI. If you close your eyes and just like close your eyes, it's literally, that's Michael's voice. And I was like, no way. No way. It was uncanny. It was so unreal. And then you open your eyes and you see Jafar's face, and something about that just bothered me. Just Jafar is a good looking guy as Jafar, but something about Jafar playing Michael makes my skin crawl. I didn't like seeing that, but the performance, the cadence, the body language, all of that was on point. Oscar winning performance. I think that was a hands down amazing performance. He embodied his uncle like nothing I've ever seen before. But the voice, though, it was a big budget on that movie. The big budget was because they spent a lot of money on AI. When they're getting these big wide stadium shots, that's AI. When they're, you know, getting like the voice, it's AI. So I just, you know, I want y'all to let's not be overly delusional. The performance was great, but he's not that good. I don't care for a lot of the controversy that was around it. I don't like that thing that one platform is doing right now. I'm not even going to give them too much shine. I'm just like, the timing is foul. And the fact that this man has been gone for how long, and y'all still are just like, as long as he's selling records, we're going to keep trying to destroy his legacy. And it makes me sick. It makes me sick. It's disgusting. The man is great. Records being broken like nobody's business, and they're getting ready for part 2. They're talking about what I heard. They said something like 30% of the movie is already shot. I can't wait to see it. It's going to be jumping around and bouncing around different periods of his career is what they're saying it's going to be. And I look forward to that, because I think a big part of the reason that they're doing that is because they're trying to put that stuff that they're putting on over there, and they're so mad, why didn't you put that in the movie? So then now they're going to go do it on the side tip. And so, you know, I think a part of that is to avoid having to really deal with that, being able to tell the story in full and kind of like skip past that part. Because, you know, it's not necessarily, I mean, if it was my legacy, I'm like, put it in there. Talk about how these people just hate me so bad, and they're going to try to find every angle to try to make me crazy. I wouldn't mind. I'm just like, put it in there, you know. Mandems was acquitted. So I'm gonna tell you what. I know y'all like, yo, you've been gone for so long. It's been so long. Well, let's talk about a couple things, right? I lied. I said I was gonna give y'all that Kenny video, but I was working on the Super Bowl video, and a few things came up. Long story short, the big reason why I didn't do it is because I discovered that these two guys, they're two sides of the same coin. There's a game being played here, and they're two sides of the same coin, really. There's a lot of spiritual stuff that was layered in that show, and I didn't want to, like, it's bad enough I get into politics, and mind you, reminder, like this, a lot of the stuff I'm doing here is like trolling. It's comedic. It's like I just have fun. I think a lot of people think that the things I be saying and the way I'm saying it is like, oh, he's really that. Like, no, not really. But I mean, it's not necessarily hurting that you believe it, because I don't care. But yeah, nah, it's bad enough I got into the political thing when I said I wasn't gonna do it, and I don't want to do that anymore. And I'm like, we're not gonna get religious with it. It was getting real spiritual. And there was so many signs and symbols that I'm like, I can't do the video and not put, like, because there's 3 layers to it, and that's one of the major layers. But ultimately, at the end of the day, yeah, I'm like, nope, not gonna do that breakdown video, because yeah, the ratings would have been amazing, but I'm like, no, because what I discovered here, I don't want to share. And for 2, I didn't really necessarily want to stay on that topic, but we're gonna move around and do other things. I'm gonna let y'all know right now, I'm going to be more consistent. I promise you that. I have to admit, I hate doing this. I have to admit it. I hate doing this because I feel like I've put myself in a position where I'm kind of forced to overshare. And there's certain things where I'm not even going to speak on that, but it'd be a hot topic that week. And I'm like, if I show up and talk about everything but that, would be weird. And quite frankly, I'm just going to keep it rolling, and whatever comes with it, and we just gonna keep it rocking and rolling. A shout out to Deleted, because the blueprint and the formula is something I'm going to be able to utilize in a way where I can output the way that I want to, and not have to necessarily worry about doing the whole diva thing and giving y'all like fly ass fits every week. And I can just like do a couple episodes in one day, jam pack it, and then like get all my edits done throughout the week, and just have some shit lined up in advance for y'all, just to keep y'all locked in and keep y'all entertained. Because if you're here for it, yay, great. I love that you're here for it. I need you locked in, and stay here, and tell a friend, and share it, and hype this video real bad. Hype it up. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, all that good stuff. I got plenty of stuff coming for you. I can't say, I don't even know when this is dropping, but I can tell you, I'm about to flood the zone and just, celebrate being back is what it's all about. Celebrating being back, being me again, and, really getting into full force with the whole thing. I'm going to give y'all more energy in the next episode. We're going to be doing more shenanigans. I'm going to be more of a troll. I just wanted to speak on this whole Iceman situation, because I'm like, okay, there's that. And then, I got a bunch of other stuff I want to talk about. I've been itching to do a Pharrell video. We're going to do a Pharrell video, a deep dive on that. And some other things. We're going to keep it music though. No more, unless something insane happens, no more politics. I'm done with that shit. I want a niche and lock in, and that's what we're doing. We got our little niche, and we're about to lock in. So, thank y'all. I love y'all. Stay tuned, and see you soon. Kitty.